Business Buzz is proudly sponsored by K-Man Medical Supplies. Call them at 949-6211. Optical Outlook, now at their new location in Anderson Square. Come see the difference with Optical Outlook. And K-Man Insurance Center, celebrating 45 years in the Cayman Islands, specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services.
And now, Radio Cayman presents The Business Buzz, an insightful and fresh take on a variety of issues that impact the local business environment. This is where we address the business topics that matter. Radio Cayman's Business Buzz. Here's your host, Anita Khan.
Good morning and welcome to the Business Buzz. This is the Tuesday edition of the Business Buzz, and here's hoping you enjoyed your long weekend. It was a nice long holiday weekend. I had a quiet one, and I enjoyed every minute of it. I want to say good morning to our listeners, our YouTube viewers, Paul, who is holding it down in the studio this morning, and to our producer, Miss Susan Watson, who is having a nice day off after working yesterday. And, of course, I want to say good morning to our guest in the studio. Welcome to Radio Cayman's Business Buzz. This is our first segment this morning. And this morning we put the spotlight on STEP Cayman Islands as we hear all about its organization and the first STEP scholarship being offered. Our guest is Mr. Robert Mack, a trust and estate attorney, a long-standing member of STEP, council member for STEP Cayman, and he's also the head of the STEP subcommittee responsible for creating the first STEP scholarship. Good morning, Mr. Mack.
Good morning, Anita. How are you?
I am fine. How are you?
Very well. And good morning to the people of the Cayman Islands.
We haven't had coffee yet, I see.
I'm one coffee in already. My son woke me up at 4 a.m. this morning, so yes.
Okay, Robert, it's good to have you in the studio this morning to learn more about the STEP scholarship. And, of course, we'll be learning more about STEP as we continue. We'll be hearing a lot about trust. So before we hear all of that, I want to hear a little bit more about you. Let's talk about you, just in a nutshell.
Wow, in a nutshell.
I just learned that you were a DJ.
Going
back
back to my days in university, the university I went to had a small 50-watt radio station, and I volunteered to do radio, and I really enjoyed it. So this is a bit of nostalgia for me, going back in time and being in a radio studio. I feel very comfortable on radio.
Once you don't take over.
What? No, I promise. Your job is secure.
I'm just kidding. So apart from being a DJ in your past life, Robert, how did you get involved with being with trust and estate, being estate attorney and all the good stuff? Yeah,
absolutely. Well, I fell into it more by accident than design. So I did my law degree here in the Cayman Islands at the Cayman Islands Law School, now known as the Truman Bodden Law School. Went off to England to do my law finals, and my first job out of law school was with a law firm that had a trust company attached to it. So they sort of assigned me to assist the trust officers with any legal issues. And so I've really started doing trusts from day one. And I feel very lucky because I took to it like a duck to water. I really enjoyed it. I found it really intellectually challenging. I found that what happens is you interact with people who are very, very interesting people. Most of the people that I advise and that people in the trust industry advise are very sort of wealthy, high profile people, some celebrities, royalty, very prominent business people. So you come into contact with a completely different world. And, I can remember in my first year, looking at a trust and looking at the trust accounts, and I think the trust was valued at £500 million, which caused my jaw to drop as a young attorney, not making very much money at that time. So you start to deal with these very, very large trusts. And it's a lot of responsibility because obviously if things go wrong, that could be very, very bad for everyone. So you just have to be very careful about these things. But the thing about trust is, again, very interesting scenarios, very interesting people doing very interesting things, especially the entrepreneurial people who are doing interesting businesses and have all sorts of things on the go. So it's it's a very interesting area of the law, and I've stuck with it ever since, and I've been doing it now about 20 years.
Very good. I'm glad we're having this conversation because I don't have that kind of money to meet with you.
Are you saying Radio Command does not pay very well? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
No.
Well, I think you do a raise.
No comments. So I'm glad we're having this discussion. Okay?
Well, they'll feel comforted that 99.9% of the population doesn't fall into that.
Okay.
So I am in that category as well, so don't worry.
You'll get there, Robert, at this rate. Okay, so Robert, let's talk about a trust. What exactly is a trust?
Well, that's an excellent question because a lot of people don't really understand what they are. You hear about trusts, sometimes, you may be in a movie, something we'll hear about a trust, or offhand you'll hear about trust. But actually, it's a good place to start because a trust is really just an arrangement. And it's probably best to sort of do it by way of example. So where trusts arrive. So there are different theories on where trusts arrive. Some say they arrived in the Middle East in the form of a waif. The Romans had a concept of trusts, but the trusts that build the foundation in the Cayman Islands came out from England. And trusts arose, so the theory is, and the history of these things is that back in the 12th century, what would happen is if you held land in England and you were a crusader going off to the continent to fight for your crusades, you couldn't just leave your land and not pay your taxes and not pay your dues to the king and all these sorts of things. So what they used to do is they would transfer land to a trusted friend who would continue to pay those taxes and so on and so on. And then when the crusader came back from their crusades, that person that they transferred the land would transfer it back to them. Well, sometimes
it didn't work.
And the people who would end up being the legal owners of the land would refuse to do that. So the crusaders would go and petition the king's representative and say, this is completely unfair. And the king would agree with them and say, right, you're only holding that property for this person for a short space of time. And when they come back, you have to give it back to them. And this is where a trust was born, at least in the Anglo-Saxon world. And so basically what a trust is, you have three people. You have a person called the settlor, who in this case is the crusader, who gives the property to somebody called a trustee. The trustee is the person who holds that property for the beneficiary. So let's say the crusader went away and died, but he wanted that property passed to his heirs, to his children or his wife. Those would be the beneficiaries in this case. So what you have is basically three people involved. You have the person who gives the property to the trustee. The trustee then manages that property for the beneficiaries. And that's really the nub of what a trust is. It's basically a person who, the trustee, managing property for other people. Now, there's a small variation in that because sometimes you get things like charitable trusts. And charitable trusts don't have particular people named. So it may just be relief of poverty, or we have a hurricane fund here, for example, to help people who suffer through Hurricane Ivan. Now, that's not particular to any people, but if somebody can display that they have a need because they suffered in Hurricane Ivan, they can petition the trustee for money and so on. So there are some variations in the different trusts, but that's the basic trust concept.
Okay, thanks for putting that in a nutshell, Robert. Now, I have a better understanding of trust, and hopefully our listeners and our viewers do. Now, can you give us some background information on the Society of Trust and Estates Practitioners, STEP?
Absolutely.
And basically the mission and goals of STEP came in.
Absolutely. So STEP was born in 1997 in England, and it was basically a group of people who were doing trust work, who really wanted to collaborate and bring up standards and also educate themselves on developments in the area, new case law, new laws, anything affecting the trust industry. And out of that small group from England, we've now grown to over 21,000 members. We are in 96 countries. We've got 110 branches throughout the world, including now in the Cayman Islands. The Cayman Islands branch has 333 members, 20 of which are students. And the goal of STEP and the core of STEP is to educate our members. So basically, we do that through a different range of different ways. So, for example, we will we will put on monthly seminars. So experts will come and talk to our members and educate them on a topic. Anything that is of interest or developments in the trust world will be disseminated to our members through emails, or going to our website. You can see, developments in the trust industry. And so the core of STEP is really an educational body for our members. But we do a lot more than that. So that has kind of morphed into different things. So the other thing that we do as a body is we liaise with government quite a lot on developments. So when OECD and these places are trying to impose laws on the Cayman Islands to make us more transparent, or to assist with the fight against money laundering, these sorts of things, what we do is we liaise with government to try and get those laws work for both sides. So work for the industry, but also work for those outside government agencies. And the other thing we do is we develop new products that can be offered to our members and offered to the world. So, for example, I was involved with the creation of foundation companies, and that is a creature that came out of STEP. It was a concept which basically it's like a corporate trust. Mm-hmm. So for people who don't like the concept of giving their money away or their property away to a trustee, this is a way to set up a company and effectively do the same thing. Now, I'm oversimplifying that a lot, but that's an example of us getting together and saying, what more can we do? What more products can we offer to give the Cayman Islands an edge over the other offshore centers? And this is one of the other things we do. And then we're also a regulatory body, so we watch over our members and make sure they're keeping their standards up and keeping up with their own training, so that we can offer the best possible advice to the clients that we serve.
Okay. You said you have 20 students, and are they interning during this time, or?
Well, some are, some aren't. Okay. So it depends. So the students that do these sorts of programs, sometimes they'll start from scratch, like with the program we have now, do introductory, an introductory course. Mm-hmm. Others will be in employment with trust companies or banks, and they will be doing their studying in their spare time to enhance their own profile within the employers that they work with.
Okay. Now, Robert, can you share a little bit on the STEP branch membership base and how it continues to grow from strength to strength?
Well, we have a very, very vibrant local branch here. Again, over 300 members. In addition to doing monthly lectures, which has been cut down, unfortunately, due to COVID, but we would do those on a regular basis. We also do an annual conference, and before COVID struck, we would have people from the UK and from England and from Latin America coming, and we would have, I think, I'm pulling this from the air, I think it was over 300 delegates came to our last one that we did at the Kimpton. And so, it's a range of things that we do, and it is, it's just a very sort of we just look at different ways and means of continuing to educate our members. That's one of the things.
And this is your first scholarship program.
Absolutely, yeah. This is the first, and in fact, we are the first branch in the whole of STEP to offer a scholarship program.
Very good. Very good. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now, before we take that break, how vibrant is the trust industry in the Cayman Islands, and are employers regularly seeking qualified Caymanians to fill these positions?
100%, yeah. Okay. We have a very, very vibrant trust industry here. We have, I think last count, we have 58 fully regulated trust companies on island. We have I think 59 registered trust companies and over 150 private trust companies. So that's an awful lot of trust companies. And there are distinctions between all of those, and I won't bore your listeners with that. But there are plenty of professional trust companies on Ireland looking for Caymanians, qualified Caymanians, to come in and work in those industries. And the purpose of the scholarship really is to assist people, and primarily trying to target younger people. To come to the industry who may not understand, well, what is the trust industry? I don't know. I don't understand anything about it, but may have an interest. This gives them sort of an in. So the idea is that if you're accepted and you do the course, what that means is you have, pardon the pun, but a step ahead of other candidates, because you could say, look, I have an interest in trust. I've done the introductory course, and I'd like to carry on with in that industry. And so the idea is that we attract people who are not into the trust industry at all, and give them this opportunity to learn about trust and the basics of trust and how they operate and how they function in the global world and global economy. Mm-hmm. And that, in theory, should make them more attractive to employers who are, again, I deal with professional trustees on a regular basis, and they're telling me we need younger people coming up in the industry who are interested in learning about trust and getting involved in trust. So, yeah, absolutely. Anybody who's interested in this industry, there's a lot to offer for people who are interested. So
as the head of the subcommittee responsible for creating the scholarship, Robert, was this your brainchild?
Well, I'm not going to take full credit for it. I would just say it was an idea that was kicking around the Step Council for a couple of years. And I guess I foolishly put my hand up to push it forward with my fellow subcommittee members. And, we're very proud of it as a branch. And like I say, we're the first branch in the world to do it. And, I think it's a great opportunity for anybody, like I say, especially young people who they may have left high school, they may be in a job they don't like, or maybe not working at all, and think, well, where is my future? Where does my future lie? And this could be potentially a very good option for them. And the other thing about working in trust companies, actually, from a pay perspective, it's pretty good pay. And there's always room for ability to move up the chain and take on more responsibilities and so on. So it's something that young people could see as a lifelong career if they're interested.
Very good. Robert, you've got to take a quick break. Thanks to our sponsors this morning, Cayman Insurance Center, Optical Outlook, and Cayman Medical Supplies.
The Cayman Islands boasts of a long, colorful, and rich history. In tribute to our roots, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Historical Vignette Series, brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects. The Cayman Islands, He hath founded it upon the seas.
Maxine Goulburn, Certificate of Honor, 1924-2001. Maxine Goulburn was the fourth child of Edred and Fenbean Banks. She was baptized in 1935 and, at the age of 11, became a member of the Georgetown Seventh-day Adventist Church. After completing her primary education at Georgetown Primary School, she matriculated at Kingsway Academy High School in Jamaica and completed her studies at Northeastern Academy in New York. In 1963, she graduated from New York International College of Business with an associate degree in business administration. The following year, she was hired as secretary/treasurer of the West Indies Union Conference of Seventh-day Adventists, continuing in that position until 1977. In 1977, she was appointed executive secretary, a position she held until her retirement in 1990. Maxine married Lee Goulburn in the early 1970s, and they adopted a daughter, Latanya. The Cayman Islands Conference has honored her memory with the building of the Maxine Goulburn Youth and Community Center in Newlands.
The Rotary Central Music Extravaganza 2021 tickets are here. Get your $25 ticket and stand a chance to win the grand prize of $40,000, second prize $4,000, and 6 $1,000 prizes. The Music Extravaganza music event, Saturday, November 27th at Salty's Grand Harbor, featuring CNB, Deja Blue, the Fabulous 68s. Tickets now on sale by Rotary members, authorized ticket sellers, and at eventpro.ky. 26 years of Rotary Music Extravaganza, funding over 70 community projects of significance since 1995. Rotary Central, Cayman Islands. Registered not-for-profit number 232. Rotary Central. Serve to change lives.
Radio Cayman's historical vignettes was brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects.
Now open on the sister island, Brack Medical Supplies. Located at 403 Gerard Smith Avenue, next to the Alexander Hotel. Open Tuesday to Saturday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Telephone number 948-2228. Brack Medical Supplies.
2020. Unprecedented times, uncertainty, and literally a new way of life.
Life happens, usually without warning.
That is why making sure that your family is insured is so important.
Cayman Insurance Center, 47 years strong, working to protect your family and your most valuable assets.
Whether you need to get a quote, renew a policy, or file a claim, Cayman Insurance Center is here to protect you and your family.
For more information, call 949-4657. Cayman Insurance Center, specializing in property, life, health, motor, and other lines of insurance products and services at affordable rates.
Optical Outlook Caymanian Village location has moved. Same great services and products, new location. We've moved to Anderson Square in central Georgetown. It's a much larger space with dedicated parking. Please call us on 746-2020 to make your appointment at our new location today. Make sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Please come see the difference with Optical Outlook, Cayman's premier optical provider.
Business Buzz. Business Buzz with your host, Anita Khan.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz. Good morning. This is our first segment, and in the studio, we're pleased to have with us Mr. Robert Mack. Robert is a trust and estates attorney and a long-standing member of STEP. STEP Cayman council member, head of the STEP subcommittee, responsible for creating the first STEP scholarship. And Robert, we want to hear more about that scholarship. Where can we look for more information and just about everything else?
Yeah, absolutely. I would say that the starting point would be go to our website, which is stepcayman.ky. Mm-hmm. And if you go onto there, you'll see that there's a little section that deals with the scholarship. But the nub of the scholarship is really a small application form that you can send an email to firststepcayman@gmail.com. If you send an email to that email address, we will send you an application form. And you just fill it out and try and get it back to us by the 30th of November. So we've got a couple of weeks still. And the application form isn't that detailed. It's just the basics of it is just your name, address, these sorts of things. And then what we ask is a short 500-word essay, not essay, but just explanation why you like to pursue the course and why you have an interest in trusts. So if you can get that to us before the 30th,
30th of November.
Yeah, then we will look at that and we will look at all the candidates and make decisions on that. And we have 3 scholarships going at the moment. So it's we're looking at 3 candidates. And if it's successful, perhaps next year we'll expand that. But the idea is that we get 3 candidates a year on a rotating basis.
Okay. And this is the first time you're advertising apart from what's on your website?
Well, we've been doing advertising on different platforms. So we've hit LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram as well. So we've been trying to get the word out that this scholarship exists, and we've been using other channels as well. But this was a wonderful opportunity, and thank you for giving us the opportunity to speak to your listeners about it as well.
Oh, you're welcome. Now, Robert, how is the scholarship funded?
Well, the STEP branch itself funds 2 of the scholarships. Mm-hmm. And CLT, which is the company in England which runs the scholarship, is actually throwing a free one in. Oh. So I think they've done that because they were so impressed that we came up with this, and they thought, okay, we'll chip in and waive our fees on one of them. So that's great. So we've got 3 scholarships going. I've also had feedback from people in the trust industry saying if this is a success, next year they may step up and actually do some additional private sponsorship. So it's potentially that we could have more than 3 scholarships next year.
You have your job cut out for you, Robert.
Absolutely, yeah.
Now, is this a globally recognized STEP entry-level certificate program, and how will it be administered?
Yeah, so it's completely online. So if you are in employment now and you're worried, oh, I can't do this, you can do this on your evenings or on your weekends. So that's not a worry. If you're not in employment, then obviously you have your time free to complete the program. And I think people should there's two things you really should know. It is not a simple program. You have to dedicate some time and effort to it. You have to dedicate probably between 4 to 6 months is on average to complete the introduction course. And it requires some dedication. And that's one thing about STEP is we pride ourselves on professionalism. We pride ourselves on, working to a very high standard. So we expect people and candidates to have some level of education, hopefully post-secondary, sort of 5 GSCs, 2 A levels, that kind of area. But don't get too worried if you don't have that. We will look at every candidate that comes in and assess them on their own skills and their own background. But we want to make sure that if we're putting money into a candidate, that they have a good chance of completing the course and a good chance of going on from that to take further courses towards their full TEP designation.
How about if they don't have those prerequisites, but they have a willingness to learning?
Yeah, well, we're trying to keep an open mind on these things, and which is one of the reasons why we're asking for a short essay, a 500-word essay on why you want to pursue the course. And so if you can put into words, look, I didn't finish high school, or for whatever reason, but actually I find this interesting. I find this area of interesting, and here are the reasons why. Well, the subcommittee will look at that, and we'll look at every candidate that comes in and judge them on their own merits. So yeah, don't be too put off if you don't meet those requirements. We'll look at everyone. Now, will there be a formal examination? There will be a formal examination at the end. Yes, correct. So this isn't a course in a sense to be taken lightly. And I want people to understand that if you're thinking about applying, that there will be some work involved. It's not something you can do over a couple of hours or over a weekend or whatever. It's going to be a dedication of time to it. Yeah.
Age? Did you say? Do we have any age?
No, there's no restrictions on age, but the program is really sort of designed more for school leavers and people who've done their secondary education. Again, we're trying to target younger people if possible, and get them interested in the trust industry and educate them about the trust industry and all of the opportunities that exist, which they may have not ever considered. Because again, young people, they think, oh, going into financial services, I'll go into banking. That's sort of the default thing that they say, oh, banking. But they don't understand there's
go into
all
compliance.
Well, I'll tell you something. If you're interested in compliance, you will never be out of work in the Cayman Islands.
That's true.
That's one of the tasks that happens within trust companies is the compliance task. It's a crucial task because we want to make sure that our clients are completely compliant with all the various laws that they need to be compliant with. And they're not bad people. We want to deal with good people here. The Cayman Islands has worked very, very hard to build up a reputation over many, many years of being a premier offshore jurisdiction, and we do not want to attract people who are less than our basic standards. So, yeah.
And on that note, before I attract Paul's attention in the next room, we have to head to news time at 8. Robert, thank you so much. Can you just recap the STEP scholarship first step before we let you go?
Yeah, absolutely. So it is a scholarship offered by the local STEP branch. The idea is to give candidates an introduction to the world of trusts. If it interests them and they complete the course, then that gives them really an edge if they want to pursue that with local employers, with local trust companies and so on. So the idea is that if you attract local candidates, local trust companies are going to find that a lot more attractive than bringing people from abroad, because for all sorts of reasons, no work permit fees, people not going, Cayman is not going anywhere, so they're going to be a nice, stable workforce. So there's all sorts of good reasons why why Caymanians should be looking at this, especially young Caymanians should be considering this as a potential career move. So I've just directed you again to the stepcayman.ky website. And also, if you're interested, just drop an email to firststepcayman@gmail.com and ask for a application, and we'll be happy to send you one.
Robert, I want to say thank you so much. Very enlightening for me this morning, hopefully for our listeners and our viewers as well. We'll have you back in the studio to play some music.
Ah, right. Absolutely. Yes. I look forward to that.
Thank you so much. And you're doing a great job.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations on this 4th scholarship. Yes. Hopefully you'll have 10 next year.
Well, let's hope so.
And we'll have you back in the studio, of course.
Absolutely. I'm happy to talk next year.
Oh, that's right. And we want to hear how it pans out, So maybe you want to give us an update at some point.
Absolutely.
Our guest was Mr. Robert Mack, a trust and estates attorney. He's a long-standing member of STEP, council member for STEP Cayman, and head of the STEP subcommittee responsible for creating the first STEP scholarship, which you just heard about. And want to say thanks to Robert. We've got the news coming up. Following that, weather, traffic, and we'll be back with more Business Buzz on our second segment this morning.
For Thanksgiving, are you thinking roast turkey or glazed ham?
Ooh, let's go turkey.
Great. Now for sides, let's do scalloped potatoes, mac and cheese, and steamed herb vegetables.
Yum.
And for dessert, should we go apple or pumpkin pie?
Pumpkin for sure. But when will you have the time to cook this feast?
Oh, I won't be cooking. I'm ordering a holiday dinner from Foster's. They start from just $79.99 and are easy to order online. Just head to fosters.ky.
Easy, delicious Thanksgiving holiday dinners only from Foster's.
The voice of the Cayman Islands.
89.9 FM in Grand Cayman and 93.9 FM in Cayman Brac and Little Cayman.
Silver wings shining in the sunlight.
Radio Cayman.
The 8 a.m. news is proudly sponsored by the Chamber of Commerce Pension Plan. For further information, please visit chamberpension.ky.
Do you know how well your pension plan performed? Attend the Chamber Pension Plan's annual general meeting to stay informed and find out how you can achieve your desired retirement lifestyle. Members are invited to meet our trustees and take part in our question and answers segment on 1st December 2021 at 6:30 p.m. at the Chamber of Commerce Boardroom in Governors Square. Refreshments will be served. Please visit our website chamberpension.ky or email admin@pensions.ky for further details. The Cayman Islands Chamber of Commerce Pension Plan. We're here for you.
For today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands.
With your latest news, I'm Carsley Fuller. The application period is now open for the Ministry of Education's Overseas Scholarship Program. Radio Cayman's April Cummings has more.
Eligible Caymanians are invited to submit applications for overseas scholarships for the 2022-2023 academic year. The application period is open now through the 31st of January 2022. Successful applicants will be able to access funding starting September 2022 onwards. The Overseas Scholarship for Undergraduate Students awards a maximum of CI $30,000 a year for up to 4 years to each successful applicant. In addition, the top male and female undergraduate applicants who've been accepted into approved Ivy League or gold-tiered university will each receive up to a maximum of CI $100,000 per year through the Cayman Scholar Award. Applicants interested in overseas postgraduate studies, for example, master's or doctoral degrees, can also access a maximum of CI $35,000 per year. Interested applicants are invited to apply online using the updated scholarship application portal, which makes it easier for students to not only verify their eligibility for each scholarship, but to monitor the status of their application and manage all interactions through the life of the scholarship. April Cummings, Radio Cayman News.
Head to gov.ky for more information. After more than 19 months of being closed due to the COVID-19 pandemic, Cayman's borders are set to reopen to tourists on Saturday. The group tasked with ensuring the move is as safe and as smooth as possible has been meeting regularly in the lead up to the big day.
The government has said to us, please don't tell us that we are ready to reopen. We would like you to prove to us that you're reopening. We want to see that you have drilled down in the various key topics and key areas to make sure that we are ready for whatever happens.
Deputy Governor, the Honorable Franz Manderson, tells CIG-TV the group has developed policies and procedures to deal with a myriad of eventualities, ranging from hospital capacity to what to do if a sick tourist has to be airlifted from Cayman. The group is made up of top-level civil servants and includes input from the private tourism industry as well. In regional news, another key suspect in the assassination of former Haitian President Jovenel Moïse has been arrested in Turkey. This is according to Haiti's foreign ministry. The man has been identified as Samir Handel, a Haitian. Handel was arrested in Istanbul over the weekend after he arrived on a flight from the United States. He traveled from Miami, where he's been hiding since the July 7th assassination, according to a report by the Miami Herald. Another high-profile suspect, ex-Colombian military officer Antonio Palacio, has been arrested in Jamaica and remains in custody. A total of 28 mercenaries reportedly stormed Moise's private residence on the night of July 7th when he was shot to death and his wife was injured. Now with a check of international news, here's the BBC, which will take us out of the newscast. I'm Karsley Fuller from Radio Cayman's newsroom.
BBC News, we're Jerry Smith. Counter-terror police in the Ugandan capital Kampala are searching for more explosive devices after 2 blasts in the centre of the city. Officials say 6 people were killed in the bombings near Parliament and the police headquarters. The Ugandan authorities have blamed Islamist militants for several recent attacks. Police in Kenya have arrested 7 prison officers a day after 3 men convicted on terrorism charges escaped from jail. Those on the run include a man serving a sentence for an attack on a university that killed almost 150 people. Germany's energy regulator has temporarily suspended the certification of the Nord Stream 2 gas pipeline, causing a surge in European gas prices. The project's operator has been told it must form a company based in Germany before being given approval. The controversial pipeline would transport supplies from Russia. Polish border guards have used tear gas and water cannon against a group of migrants trying to cross from the Belarusian side as a crisis escalates at European Union borders. The migrants threw stones and bricks and tried to break down a fence. The Libyan commander Khalifa Haftar, whose army is based in the east of the country, has announced that he intends to run for president in next month's vote. Mr. Haftar said elections were the only way out of Libya's crisis. Crisis talks are taking place in India to address the deteriorating air quality in the capital, Delhi. Pollution is already at dangerously high levels, and schools have been closed for a week. The Supreme Court wants an action plan by Wednesday. BBC News.
The 8 a.m. news is proudly sponsored by the Chamber of Commerce Pension Plan. For further information, please visit chamberpension.ky.
Do you know how well your pension plan performed? Attend the Chamber Pension Plan's annual general meeting to stay informed and find out how you can achieve your desired retirement lifestyle. Members are invited to meet our trustees and take part in our question and answer segment on 1st December 2021 at 6:30 p.m. at the Chamber of Commerce Boardroom in Governors Square. Refreshments will be served. Please visit our website chamberpension.ky or email admin@pensions.ky for further details. The Cayman Islands Chamber of Commerce Pension Plan. We're here for you.
Stay in touch with Radio Cayman for the latest in news and information.
Follow Radio Cayman on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Download the Radio Cayman app or log on to our website, www.radiocayman.gov.ky.
Radio Cayman, your voice, your choice, your radio.
Dreaming of a great career or degree? The Caribbean Examinations Council offers regionally and internationally recognized qualifications to help you get there. These include the Caribbean Certificate of Secondary Level Competence, CCSLC, the Caribbean Secondary Education Certificate, CSEC, the Caribbean Vocational Qualification, CVQ, Caribbean Advanced Proficiency Examination, CAPE, and the CXC Associate Degree. These exams may be done while in school or out of school at private learning institutions. Visit cxc.org to learn more. With CXC, you're in control.
Come on, Cayman. Let's get ready to reopen. Countries all over the world are proving life can go on and we can safely coexist with COVID-19 in our community. With open borders, our readiness will be vital to protect each other and our islands. We can do this. Have your voice heard and pledge you are ready to safely reopen. Visit reopencayman.com. Join the movement and pledge that you are ready to reopen on November 20.
This week on The Flex, we'll be speaking with DJ Lyons, the UK Overseas Territories representative at this year's COP26 Climate Change Conference in Scotland.
We'll be discussing her experience as a speaker and contributor to this global event.
Also joining us is Dr. Celine Monasing from the Ministry of Sustainability and Climate Resiliency. We will be getting her opinion on the fight against climate change in Cayman.
This show promises to be informative. Call in and join our discussion by dialing our toll-free number, 1-800-534-8255. We look forward to hearing from you.
This is also the final show for Youth Flat Season of Joy, so we will be bidding a fond farewell to host Chanel Martinez. Feel free to call in and wish her well.
The word of the week is bureaucracy. B-U-R-E-A-U-C-R-A-C-Y. It means a system of government in which most of the important decisions are made by state officials rather than by elected representatives or excessively complicated administrative procedures.
All that and more coming your way this Wednesday from 4 to 5 p.m. right here on Radio Cayman 89.9 FM. U-Flex, a program for all people by young people. U-Flex, more than talk.
The 8:10 a.m. Weather Report, Monday through Friday, is proudly sponsored by Pan American International Insurance Corporation. Pan American International Insurance Corporation, meeting the life, accident, and health insurance needs of individuals and businesses to ensure financial security and peace of mind. For more information, call 949-8304 or visit www.palig.com. That's PALIG.com.
Pan American Life Insurance Group can help you take your employee benefit solution to the next level. For more than 110 years, millions of people have trusted PALIG because we've always delivered on our promise. PALIG is the only insurer providing group policies to as few as 3 employees and has the ability to combine life, health, disability, and income protection to provide you and your employees with a complete employee benefits package. Let us customize your employee benefits solution today. Call us at 949-8304 or visit our office at Unit 221, Cannon Place East, North Sound Road, or visit us online at www.palig.com. Pan American Life, people you can trust for life.
The 8:10 a.m. Weather Report, Monday through Friday, is proudly sponsored by Pan American International Insurance Corporation. Pan American International Insurance Corporation, meeting the life, accident, and health insurance needs of individuals and businesses to ensure financial security and peace of mind. For more information, call 949-8304 or visit www.palig.com. That's PALIG.com.
We at Pan American Life Insurance Group are here to help you protect your family and your income. For
For more than 110 years, millions of people have trusted PALIC because we have always delivered on our promise. Life insurance is not only about death, but also about living benefits. We'll help you secure the life insurance, accident and sickness disability income you need to protect you and your family. Call us today at 949-8304 or visit our office, Unit 221 Cannon Place East, North Song Road, or visit www.palig.com. Pan American Life, people you can trust for life.
During these unprecedented times, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Cayman Strong Series. The Cayman Strong Series is brought to you by Encourse Cayman. Visit encourse.ky to view a full list of wellness services and their qualified team. Encourse Cayman, health, wellness, and happiness.
Achieving your goals is a very rewarding feeling, but at times can feel very frustrating, especially if and when we miss our target. As you approach your goals in life, set yourself up for success.
When setting your goals, break it down. Once the long-term goals are set, work backwards to set smaller and more manageable goals. These should be specific, measurable, and achievable. For example, study in the library for 1 hour 3 times per week instead of study more. Consider what you need to do daily, weekly, or by the end of the year in order to succeed. Smaller goals allow you to focus on the essential steps today to ensure you are prepared when tomorrow's opportunities become available.
Change your thinking and change your life.
During these unprecedented times, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Cayman Strong Series. The Cayman Strong Series is brought to you by Encourse Cayman. Visit encourse.ky to view a full list of wellness services and their qualified team. Encourse Cayman, health, wellness, and happiness.
These days, feelings of loneliness, anxiety, stress, and depression can be overwhelming. Just know you are not alone. Encourse Cayman offers private mental health services for children, teens, adults, and groups. Visit encourse.ky to view a full list of wellness services and their qualified team. Encourse Cayman, health, wellness, and happiness.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Planning a meeting, event, or office celebration? Visit subway.ky to place your catering order today.
At Subway, we caramel a lot about our customers, so we decided to give you 2 treats in one with the new Caramel Apple Cookie. Enjoy cinnamon apples, caramel bits, and salted caramel crunch baked in, and topped with a drizzle of caramel-flavored icing. Gooey, crunchy, and yummy. Complete your Subway sandwich, pizza, or salad with the delicious Caramel Apple Cookie or any other cookie flavor and dessert available for limited time at all Subway locations. Subway, eat fresh.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Planning a meeting, event, or office celebration? Visit subway.ky to place your catering order today.
Business Buzz. Business Buzz with your host, Anita Khan.
This is the second segment of the Business Buzz this morning. Good morning. Thank you so much for tuning in and for joining us on YouTube. What is the recipe for making it in business? Hiring the right staff? How important is choosing the right location and offering products that will make customers come back for more? Well, stay tuned as we welcome Miss Omeria Gordon. Omeria is the owner of Debonair High-End Fashion. As we learn more about the new store and products, we'll also get some tips regarding planning and opening up a business and what it takes to stay in business. Omeria, good morning. Thank you for being in the studio this morning. Thank you.
Anita.
Good morning. I love your face mask. Look at that. For our listeners who are listening and can't see Omeria, she has one of the, what is it, plastic? It's like acrylic. Is it acrylic? You don't know, right?
Yeah, it's hard plastic.
Hard plastic face shield. So her makeup is intact. It doesn't get rubbed off on the fabric, my fabric. By the time I leave here in the afternoon, it's all my foundation. My foundation is swimming inside my mask. It looks gorgeous. Maria, thank you so much for being in the studio. I know you as a woman who's very fashionable. We all know Omeria, who's very fashionable. Her makeup is always spot on. Her Michael Kors handbag is always the right color. And you're always well dressed. So you opening up a boutique and calling it Debonair is just fitting. It's very fitting. I want to say congratulations, first of all. You opened the store on the 4th of September this year.
Yes.
Now, apart from being a well-dressed person, Omeria, how did the concept of this business come about?
Hi, Miss Anita. Like you said, I love my fashion.
Mm-hmm.
From a very young age, I fell in love with shoes. My school shoes, I would clean and wash every evening. I sometimes had to put them in my mother's oven in order for them to dry for school the next day, which that was our savior to get them dry.
Mm-hmm.
I love any and all shoes, especially high heels.
Mm-hmm.
I always felt when stepping out in high heels, they demonstrated power, strength, and class.
Mm-hmm. You're spot on there.
I grew up this way and never changed having this love for shoes. Later on, as I got older, I realized I honestly had an addiction for shoes. I remember traveling abroad to shop and going to the mall. I would stop at every shoe store, and I mean every one I came across in the mall. I would usually be ridiculed by my shopping colleagues for the amount of time I spend looking and purchasing shoes. I remember the first time I went to California, I bought, you won't believe it or not, 36 pairs of shoes.
You want to put Imelda Marcus out of business?
I came back home with 36 pairs of shoes, and this was just for me. Even though I love shoes, I must be able to pick, choose, and refuse, because shoes has to be special. Mm-hmm. Shoes must be comfortable, stylish, and they must stand out. I love bright colors, which makes me a bright color person. I feel bright colors shows a person's personality. So that is a little synopsis of what helped me choose to get into the shoe business.
Well, we're glad you did. Now, what sort of planning went into opening up the store?
Oh, well, I decided to open the store because of my love for the shoes. For a long time, I've always had people admire my shoes, and every day, Miss Anita, people would ask me why I don't open a shoe store or a clothes store. I guess it was because of the way I carry myself, the way I dress. One time I went to a lawyer office across the road from Phillips Electrical. You know, I work at Phillips Electrical.
That's right. You worked there for a long time.
31 years now.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And enjoyed every moment of it. I went to a lawyer office there, and I was so shocked. Two of the girls, one called the next and said, come here. So she said to me that they wanted me to know that every morning they would run by the window. They would run by the window to see what shoes I was wearing, because I always wear color shoes. And, you know, so after people kept asking, I finally decided to do so. It was easy for me because I already had a lot of links for purchasing shoes, being a shoe person. The process for applying for the license was pretty straightforward. I did this online, making sure I had all the correct documents. They required to be uploaded. In a few weeks, I was granted my license. Now, purchasing the products, this was where my son came in. He was the one instrumental in assisting me and with the men's section. He is a very particular young man and knows his products. He is very knowledgeable with the authentic products versus the knockoffs. I had a few hiccups before opening, but nothing that could be solved for us to finally open on the 4th of September 2021. I also like to state that my son named the store, to which I got my family approval. The name Debonair means confident, stylish, and charming. It's typically used of a man, but highly describes me.
How old is your son?
My son is 23.
23, okay.
Yes.
Now, Omeria, what are some, besides shoes, what are some of the main products that are available at Debonair High-End Fashion?
Well, we have many different brands of shoes for women and men, such as Guess, FSJ, Joy and Love. For men, we have Stacey Adams, Timberlands, Original Clarks, Nike, Lacoste, and more. We have different types of polos, such as Nike, Lacoste, Timberland, etc. We also carry some jewelry and accessories to highlight one's shoes. So there is something there for everyone.
Handbags?
Handbags, oh my God. We have a wide selection. We have a wide selection of handbags also. We have Michael Kors, we have Dior, Guess, a lot of different brands in the handbags, and we have some very nice ones. So there are some of the products.
Do you do costume jewelry as well?
Custom jewelry, some, what you would call it, very good jewelry that don't change if you take good care of it, you know. So we have a little, like I said, a little of everything. We have polo shirts, authentic polo shirts for men. Like I said, different brands. And the prices depends on, you know, the brands.
How about stuff like makeup, any kind of makeup at all?
I have a bit, you know, I couldn't leave that out. I have a bit of makeup, not very much, but I'm hoping that I'll be able to get a little more being the Christmas is coming up, you know, that people will have a little... My main focus, to be honest, was on shoes, handbags, shoes for ladies and men, and the handbags. That was my main focus, along with authentic polo shirts. So it's not too much as per se for the makeup, but I do have a bit.
Okay. Now you're located right next to Philips Electrical, correct?
Yes. Yes.
No, you're home at Philips. That was your home for 31 years.
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
So putting your store right next door to Philips Electrical is still keeping you right at home.
Yes.
Now, location. We know location is important. Location.
Yeah.
So why is location so important, and what things did you consider prior to selecting that location next to Philips Electrical?
Well, working for Philips Electrical for the past 30 years, it's a really long story about the shop, which would be too much for me to get into today, but it was available for a long time. They decided they weren't renting it, but when I asked, they didn't hesitate to rent it to me. It's right on the roadside, on the main road, not extremely huge, but it's a start. I think it's a perfect location, and I have it beautifully set up.
I'm sure.
Yeah,
I'm
so,
sure.
You know, that was what went into choosing the location.
Okay. If you're just joining us, you're listening to the Business Buzz. This is the second segment of the Buzz for this morning, and we're speaking with Miss Omeria Gordon. Omeria is the brand new owner of Debonair High-End Fashion. Paul, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll continue speaking with Omeria.
Now open on the sister island, Brack Medical Supplies. Located at 403 Gerard Smith Avenue, next to the Alexander Hotel. Open Tuesday to Saturday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Telephone number 948-2228. Brack Medical Supplies.
Optical Outlook Caymanian Village location has moved. Same great services and products, new location. We've moved to Anderson Square in central Georgetown. It's a much larger space with dedicated parking. Please call us on 746-2020 to make your appointment at our new location today. Make sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Please come see the difference with Optical Outlook, Cayman's premier optical provider.
At Kirk's Home Center, we can make your life much better. We got it all together. We got a great deal in store for you. From cookware to stereos, from power tools to plumbing supplies. Yeah, we got the best goods with the best price and a service to make you smile. At Kirk's Home Center, we got a great deal in store for you. Business Buzz. Business Buzz with your host, Anita Khan.
And we're speaking with Omeria Gordon. Omeria is the owner of Debonair High-End Fashion. She says Debonair, but I say Debonair. I don't know. We'll go with Omeria's Debonair. Now, Omeria, do you select your stock based on what customers are asking for, or do you offer what you feel customers will like?
Well, actually, Miss Anita, both. I select based on what customers are asking for and what I think they will like. Plus, I also do special orders if anyone requests.
Okay.
Yeah, so...
Say if I need a special brand of clothing?
Yes. Sometimes some people come in and see a shoe that it's the only one left or the only one I brought in. And they wish... I have a lot of special requests for Clarks because I bring in my Clarks from the UK, which... One thing I can say, I've learned a lot more about shoes since I've been in the business, because the Jamaicans especially, They love their Clarks, and they know the real deal. So I have quite a bit of Clarks are very expensive, so I have quite a bit of special orders for them.
Why do they like Clark so much,
I don't know. It's just a thing for them. And I guess Clark's is a class shoe, and they stand out when a man step out in them. Just like how my high heel stands out, their Clark stands out, and they will tell you plain and straight. This one is an everyday Clark, and the next one is, special occasion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, everyday Clark, and then okay.
Yes.
Okay, well, we do that. We've got flats for casuals and high heels for going out,
Yes,
right? So
yes.
men have to make a decision, on how
That's
to do it.
right. The men have their decisions too.
Omeria, is product layout in your store and creating that unique ambience equally important as well as what you have in stock?
Yes, definitely. Some call my little store. A lot of people come in there and say, they call it Mini Kimana Bay. That's the name. That's the name they gave it. I try to capture the unique ambience that when one come in, they hard to want to leave. So I have, my son was instrumental in that also. Beautiful, beautiful wood finish. All of my shelves and my cupboards and everything is beautifully wood finish, varnished, and have just a beautiful look to it. I didn't feel like covering some of the wood. It came out so nice. I got a special chandelier that my son also picked, and everybody come in wants to take it and go with it. So it do have an ambience to it.
Guess he's got class like his mom, eh?
Yes. That's right.
So prices, without giving away any secrets or anything, Omeria, why is pricing so important in a business, in particular your business?
It's important because it means a lot to your customers. You must have competitive prices and quality merchandise. People come in, most people, the first thing they do is look for price. Some people come in and no matter what, they look for quality and they don't mind what price for it. They will tell you that. Some people order Clarks and they say no matter what it costs. I mean, honestly, it could be 200, it could be 300. They say no matter what it costs, get me that one.
Wow.
So, when you say pricing, it is important and it means a lot to your customers.
Where do you buy from? I mean, Miami, New York, California?
Yes, I shop different places. You have California, you have the UK. Mostly, like I said, I bring in my Clarks from, and Miami. Different places because you have to know your customers and choose wisely.
So you've opened in September, on September 4th of this year.
Yes.
What's the customer flow been like? Been busy?
It varies. Some days good, some days not too good, some days bad. Meaning you don't make a sale some days, but then some days you make up for the day that you didn't make a sale.
I guess your busiest times are weekends.
Yes, definitely. Friday, Saturday, busiest times, and I open till 8 Friday and Saturday.
What time do you open from?
From 10 a.m. Yes,
Monday to Friday,
and open till 8 on the weekends.
On the weekends.
10 to 6 Monday to Friday, and 10 till 8. No, Monday to Thursday, 10 till 6. And then Friday and Saturdays, 10 till 8.
Okay, give people a chance to shop longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I haven't been in your store yet, Maria, but I'll be there.
Yes.
I'm going to have to leave my handbag at home, though.
You can't leave without nothing, Miss Anita.
I
Can't
know,
leave
right?
without anything.
I know. I'm one of those people who would use the same handbag for like 10 years.
Yeah.
And I'll keep buying more, but I'll use the same one until it's gone. So I don't know.
You know, I'm not really a handbag person either. I hate changing.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Bags.
You've got so much stuff to move over.
Trust me.
The transfer is always hard. You know how it is.
I pick my clothes according to the shoe I want to wear the day. I pick the shoe first. Some people would say you pick the clothes first. I say no. I feel like this shoe today, and I pick the clothes to match it.
Okay, I'll try that next time. Now, I'm pretty sure that you had this opening of the store on your radar for a while, Omeria. Now, what is your take on setting both long and short-term goals for a business, any business, especially your business?
Well, one has to expect for most businesses, you can't jump into it and expect a great return in a very short time. You must condition your mind to work hard for a while before you can reap the benefits. Me personally, I conditioned myself not to expect any profit share for up to 1 year. Being an accountant and, you're able to work it out, and I've worked in the business industry for a very long time and know pretty much how it works. So that is the long-term and short-term goals.
Okay. Look like you've done your homework. You've done the research, Maria, and that's very good. Now, how essential is it to understand the workings of a business and to keep in the know of the latest news which will affect or even enhance your business?
This is essential because we need to keep up with what is happening here in our little country and worldwide, especially with the current pandemic. Because of this, business haven't been the best, but even though we are struggling, I'm not in a position to give up. I am a fighter and, have every intention of fighting it out to the end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that is, I think with the business, things may be slow right now, but I definitely know, and I have that in me, that things will get better. Mm-hmm. I know, Miss Anita, as long as I have God on my side, that things will happen and it will get better.
Amen to that.
And I set my mind that this is only the beginning. This is the first shot.
Oh, you just started. Now, when you leave here today, there'll be a line outside your door.
Oh, I hope so.
There'll be a line outside your door, and you'll be like, why did I go on the radio today? No, I can't keep up.
Yeah.
No, you've been in the business long enough. You've worked retail, right? Philips Electrical retail. I'm pretty sure you help with costing goods at some point in time, because we all have to do that here. You cost your goods. How much was the freight? How much was insurance? Stuff like that. How imperative is it to know your cost of goods, having that budget, and of course keeping an eye on all operating expenses?
You definitely have to keep a close eye. Mm-hmm. Monitor your accounts. Do not overspend. Always make sure enough are kept in your account to cover your monthly expenses. It's imperative that you know how to cost, what you pay for your goods, mm-hmm. and how to price them. Because like I said earlier, it really means your pricing and for your quality, it really means a lot to your customers, because some customers, if it's $10 cheaper in my store, I feel they're going to come there. Some customers, it doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. So you really have to keep a close eye on your expenses and your income at the same time.
So you had your big opening, right? Was it a big opening?
No, I did a soft
opening,
to be honest, but it did very well. Okay. Even though it was a soft opening, I did very well that weekend.
So how do you keep up now that you're in the business? You've got your feet wet and you've got your long-term goals set, Omaria. How are you keeping up how you keep up to date with different forms of marketing? I mean, are you Instagram, Facebook?
Yeah, nowadays social media plays a big role in marketing in your business. Mm-hmm. The only problem is that some of us older folks are not as versed as the younger generation. But this is where
your son comes in.
My sons. Well, I must say, I have two sons that was instrumental in it, and I have Amari and Devonte, and I want to say Devonte has been there from the beginning with me. So he is very versed with the technology. I'm still learning, trying to remember that we are never too old to learn. Mm-hmm. So him being the IT person really, really helped me out.
Okay, so you got some good help then.
Yeah.
All right.
And
hope you're paying them well, you know.
Getting it out there. But Miss Anita, we raised some, you know.
At no charge.
Paid them.
No charge.
Right, no charge. We paid them for 18 years. But they are good. They are good with helping me, him especially. Yeah.
And speaking of good, why is good customer service so important for your business, Omaria?
If you offer good customer service, this can go a long way. Why? A customer could come in, and if they don't get goods, if they don't get good customer service, it could change their mind about buying something. 9 out of 10, excellent customer service warrants a customer purchasing something. Mm-hmm. So it's very, very important to have good customer service in your business.
Okay. Now, on that note, we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll continue speaking with Miss Omaria Gordon. Omaria is the brand new owner of Debonair High-End Fashion, located on Shedden Road.
2020. Unprecedented times, uncertainty, and literally a new way of life.
Life happens, usually without warning.
That is why making sure that your family is insured is so important.
Cayman Insurance Center, 47 years strong, working to protect your family and your most valuable assets.
Whether you need to get a quote, renew a policy, or file a claim, Cayman Insurance Center is here to protect you and your family.
For more information, call 949-4657. Cayman Insurance Center, specializing in property, life, health, motor, and other lines of insurance products and services at affordable rates.
The technology sector is forecast to be one of the fastest growing industries in the next decade, with more jobs available than skilled people to fill them. Enterprise Cayman is helping to fill this void and grow the next generation of Caymanian innovators, giving young people access to high-quality learning experiences with the opportunity to pursue careers in technology and innovation sectors. Learn to code, how product development works, enter professional competitions, access high-tech resources, network with special economic zone industry professionals, and much, much more. Visit enterprisecayman.ky to find out more. Brought to you by Cayman Enterprise City.
The Department of Environmental Health would like to advise Bordentown residents to get their bulk waste ready for collection from November 15th to the 20th. Household appliances, furniture, and other items too large to be handled by the weekly DEH collection crews should be placed by the roadside where it is easily accessible to DEH collection crews. Metals and vegetation should also be separated from other bulk items. Do not obstruct the roadway or storm drains, or place tires, construction and demolition waste, hazardous materials, or electronics. For more information on the Bodden Town bulk waste collection from November 15th to the 20th, please contact DEH's Solid Waste Management Section at 949-6696.
Business Buzz. Business Buzz with your host, Anita Khan.
I want to say thanks to our sponsors this morning of the Business Buzz, Cayman Insurance Center, Optical Outlook, and Cayman Medical Supplies, not forgetting Brack Medical Supplies, now open in Cayman Brack. We're speaking with owner of Debonair High-End Fashion, Miss Omeria Gordon. Omeria, I just want to leave work and come over to your store and see what you have inside here.
Yeah.
Now, just remind us where you're located again and your hours of operation.
Yes, I'm located at 166 Shedden Road, Phillips Electrical Building, across from the Latin Taste Restaurant. Mm-hmm. Our hours are Monday to Thursday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. So come on down, have a look.
Is there parking behind that building?
Yes, and sometimes they're parking in front. Sometimes it's a little hard, to be honest, through the week, especially to find parking. Sometimes it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, so what can we expect from you, Maria, for the holiday season and in 2022?
Well, I'm planning to turn up the volume. I will definitely have lots of goodies coming in. Shoes, women and men, accessories, new bags, lots of merchandise that can be given as gifts. I don't plan to let down my guard for the new year 2022. So there will be something there for everyone. We don't charge for looking at the merchandise, so you're welcome to come down
Not
and
touching. Hopefully not touching, right?
Right.
No, Mary, during the break, I was asking you about clothing, because, like jackets and work clothes and all of that good stuff. Hopefully that'll be something you're looking at in the future, 2022.
Yeah,
I'm going to put some pressure
on you. Since I opened the shoe store, almost everybody that come in asks what happened to the clothes and how come it's just shoes. I said, but the idea was shoes. I don't know if maybe in the future. I'm definitely talking to my sons about it. So maybe in the future I'll try to do something. But right now, right at the moment, I'm trying to concentrate on the shoes and the polo shirts.
Okay, very nice. All right. Well, anything you want to leave our listeners with this morning, Maria?
Well, I can be reached at 923-6800 or 916-6006. Someone is always in the store from 10 a.m.
Can you give me that number again?
923-6800.
Okay.
Or 916-6006.
916-006. Because I'm pretty sure somebody's going to call me to ask you for your number.
Yeah. And like I say, someone is always in the store from 10.
From 10 to 6. Okay. 10.
Come and visit us. We certainly don't charge anyone for viewing, like I said, for viewing the merchandise. Guys, come and purchase something nice for your ladies. And ladies, come and purchase something great for your other half. We have something for everyone.
So do you have any regrets yet as a new business owner?
No.
It's too soon to tell?
Not at all, Miss Anita.
Okay, she's got business coming through.
so quick.
Okay, just hold the calls. Maria's still in the studio.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I have no regrets, Miss Anita, because like I say, shoes, everyone knows me for my shoe. And everywhere I go, like I said, people always look at my shoes. So that was why I wanted to bring something unique. I wanted to bring a different style and colors, because colors is something I noticed you shop in Cayman, you can hardly find any colors, the green, the yellows, the blues, the reds.
Look at my color now.
Right. You see, like a nice blue like that. You have a nice blue shoe, your black jacket. And you know what is wearing a lot now too, Miss Anita? Mixed colors. Blues, yellow, greens, red. You know, they are mixing the high colors now. If you go on the fashion online, you will see how they are now matching the purple and the yellow. They're now matching them, and the nice shoes to go with it tops it off.
Nice. Now your face mask, the clear one that you're wearing right now.
Yes.
Is it available in your store?
I don't have any more of the transparent ones, but I do have color ones, which they may be color, but you see properly out of them. Not that they're hiding your face or you have red, I have purple, I have black, I have the tricolor, different face shields. So they're all in the shop, and you can get them there.
And that's for a fashion statement as well as safety, right?
Yes, it is a fashion statement, as well as like a mask, a whole face shield.
All right. Okay, and you're located at 166 Shedden Road. You know what, Omaria? Let's give those numbers back out again.
Yes, we can be reached at 923-6800 or 916-6006. Someone is always in the store from 10 a.m.
Omaria, I want to say thank you so much for being in the studio today. We've learned so much about your new business, and we wish you all the best, especially this season. Come next year, and as you continue on with your business, we wish you all the best.
Yes, I thank you, Miss Anita, and Radio Cayman, the whole family at Radio Cayman. I thank you guys for having me here, and I'm sure this will help with my little business, which, like I said to you, we're just getting it out there. You know, we have Instagram. If anyone, please follow us on Debonair Cayman. And I gave the numbers. We are located, like I said, at 166 Shedden Road, right on the main road. So it can't be missed. It have two big signs, and we're waiting with wide open arms to see you all.
I love it. Thank you so much, Maria. Wish you all the best. And hey, you can wish your customers a Merry Christmas. You're not too early.
Yes, it's not too early. I mean, it's right there, Miss Anita. I don't know about you, but the time has flown so fast. Wishing each and everyone, all of the people that were instrumental in helping me get set up, I want to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas and a happy and prosperous New Year when it comes.
And that's the reason why we do this program, The Business Buzz,
Thank
to
you,
help
Miss
our
Anita.
businesses, our local businesses, to promote their business, put the spotlight on what they do, and to help them, because we help you and the customers come to you, and it makes the economy go around. Money makes the economy go around, I think. So that's why we do this and why we enjoy this. Thank you so much again, and good luck. I want to say thanks to all our first guest this morning from STEP, Mr. Robert Mack. Thank you for coming in and talking about the scholarship. And now Miss Omaria Gordon, owner of Debonair High-End Fashion on Shedden Road. Thanks to our sponsors, Cayman Insurance Center, Optical Outlook, Cayman Medical Supplies. We couldn't do it without you. And of course, to you, our listeners and YouTube viewers, To Paul in the studio, holding it down, thank you. He's got breakfast session all lined up until 10 o'clock. And to our producer, Miss Susan Watson. Thank you, Susan, for putting this together. In the meantime, I want to say thanks, and we'll see you, God's willing, on Thursday for another Business Buzz. In the meantime, please stay safe. Follow those COVID protocols. Wear your mask when possible. Sanitize or wash your hands. Keep your social distancing when you can. And if you can, get your vaccine. From me, Anita, on the Business Buzz, thank you.
The Business Buzz is proudly sponsored by K-Man Medical Supplies. Call them at 949-6211. Optical Outlook, now at their new location in Anderson Square. Come see the difference with Optical Outlook. And K-Man Insurance Center, celebrating 45 years in the Cayman Islands, specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services.